This is the Mad Scientist Memo. The Mad Scientist Memo. Here we go.
Like many users of the internet, I too, in utter disbelief, Googled, is Pantone color of the year actually white? And here's the reply I got. Yes, Pantone's color of the year 2026 is indeed a soft pale white called Cloud Dancer. Welcome to the Mad Scientist Memo. I'm Shreya.
And I'm your co-host Zahra.
And I think that Pantone's color of the year 2026 should have been morally grey.
Therefore, in exemplification of Shreya's disbelief and sadness, we're recording this episode called Why Do We Like Morally Grey Characters?
Yes. So with that intro, let's retrospect about our years of pining and liking and hate and passion and all these confusing boiling point of emotions about Severus Snape, Darth Vader, Dorian Gray,
all those people.
Yes.
Especially Snape. Anyway, continuing.
Morally grey characters. Right?
That's right.
Okay. So, finding number 1.
The dopamine prediction error.
Yes.
So, here's the thing, right? The brain does not release dopamine just for pleasure. It primarily releases it for reward prediction error.
Right. So what's happening here is there were a series of experiments done, and what was noticed was if you expect a reward and then you get it, you have a mild chemical response. But if the reward is unexpected and you get it, you have a massive dopamine spike.
So what is the hero problem?
The hero problem is that the hero is homeostatic. You expect goodness. You expect him to walk into the burning building. You expect him to save the cat. But with the morally grey character,
they do unexpected things.
You don't know if he's going to save the burning house. You don't know if he's going to light the house on fire.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you have that suspense, and that is what releases more dopamine than seeing the hero do exactly what he was created to do.
Exactly. And the dopamine prediction error, we use the same strategy, or rather our body uses a strategy to understand reinforcement learning. You learn something or you do something good. You get a reward.
Exactly.
You get a good reward. So you are reinforced to repeat that behavior. But if you have a negative reward or a punishment of sort, you learn to restrain from that.
Perfect. Right? Finding number 2, the default mode network, also called cognitive load. Take us through it.
Rather, the default mode network and the cognitive load.
Okay.
So this is what I would like to call him the brain glitch behind the I can fix him phenomenon.
All right.
Okay, so what exactly is a default mode network, or the DMN? The DMN is the network that gets activated when our brain is on rest mode, when we're doing passive things, when we're daydreaming, when we're sleepy, when we're thinking about the past. All of this behavior, our DMN is on. But when we're forced to have some sort of overexcitation, we're trying to solve this complex puzzle, crack this code, our DMN gets off.
Okay.
Right? Okay, so coming to finding number 3, the evolutionary signals. Right. So evolutionarily, there is a lot of talk and a lot of research done into the fact that we perceive some traits of risk-taking and aggression and rule-breaking as more stable and more dependable.
So from an evolutionary point, you want to survive.
Yes.
So you're naturally drawn to characteristics that ensure your survival.
Exactly.
Ensure that there is somebody out there who is ready to go out of their way to break rules, to make sure you're safe, so that you're provided for. Like, basically, it comes down to survival when we talk about that point of view.
Think of somebody who can hunt, who can gather, who can pick those stones up and make a cave. Yeah. But yeah, of course, in today's society, a lot of that changes. There are so many modern emotionalities that interplay. The roles of the hedge traits, which are the roles of honesty and humility.
Yeah.
They are perceived as, of course, they're important, right? Yeah, but
yeah, we're all like, we all tap into those.
Yes.
Primordial traits is primordial?
Yes. Is primordial, of course.
Primordial traits as well. So therefore, it makes sense
to look at it from that point of view. Anyways.
Moving on to finding number 4.
Which is benign masochism.
Yes.
Right.
Why we like safe danger.
Yeah. So there is a concept that was coined by Paul Rosen, and that is humans enjoy negative stimuli if and only if we know we are physically safe. So what this means is there is a surge of negative feeling that's come by us. It can be
Mm.
fear, it can be anxiety, it can be pain.
Mm.
But when there is a reassurance that
Your
this is
body
not
is
going to
safe.
cause us physical harm, your body is safe, then we get another surge of positivity. Yes.
So it's almost like this mind-body dissociation.
Yes.
And that creates this euphoric high.
Yeah. It's like the amygdala is firing danger, your heart is racing, your
Hmm.
alertness has spiked. But then the prefrontal cortex kicks in and it's like,
Relax. It's fiction.
It's fiction, yeah. It's not that deep. So, like you said, this taps into that recreational fear niche, you know.
Yeah.
You see the adrenaline junkies, the roller coasters, the eating hot chili peppers, all of that comes into this.
Yeah. Now, moving on to finding number 5, which is the empathy glitch. Now, all morally gray characters always have this backstory of, oh no, they've gone through something in their life that explains why they are how they are.
Right. So, our brains, our little lizard brains, we are obsessed with casuality, right? We don't enjoy the feeling of randomness.
Yes.
So, when you give the tragic backstory, the origin arc, we empathize with them. Our
Yes.
mirror neurons kick in. We see that we have the same notions that are undergoing in our own systems. And then you feel that sort of an association or that connection.
Once we understand the cause, we downplay the effect. It's almost as if the cause justifies the effect.
Yes.
Right.
Then
Now,
we also have parasocial aesthetics and the Jungian shadow.
which is finding number 6.
Yes. Now, the Jungian shadow is a pretty interesting concept. So it comes under the umbrella of Jungian psychology. And again, this is something that is pretty interesting. I highly recommend you all look into this. There is so much there. But what is the Jungian shadow, right? It says that the shadow self, which is basically just giving some sort of an emotionality to us via
Okay.
the shadow self.
Hmm.
And this contains all the impulses that society tells us to repress.
So it's kind of like you, from your circumstances, you're not able to act out or do do these things to experience how it feels. Might as well experience it from a second person point
Yeah.
of view through these characters.
It's basically just vicariously living through the characters.
Yes.
You see them aggressively reacting to a situation. You know that being a part of society, you cannot do that. That
Yeah.
is not a redeemable thing to do.
But at least you're experiencing it through them.
Yeah. It's just the second eye,
Yeah.
right?
Finding number 7 is what we call the redemption arc cocktail.
This is like the ultimate chemical high. It's basically the entire story that's brought about one final diagnostic step, right?
Yes. So it's
Watching-
kind of like, you know, there's like this person is theoretically supposed to be bad, but they end up doing something good.
Yeah.
What does that do?
It's going to release, like you said, this huge chemical cocktail, which
Yeah.
is a mix of dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, just all the good stuff, just surging through your veins, right? A good deed that is obviously going to shine much brighter in a in a dark background. Yeah. And this is what sort of leads to the crash, the ultimate peak sadness when there's like death or there is some sort of a disappointment in the life of a redeemed villain. It feels like everything you've learned, everything you've built upon has come crashing down to a halt.
Yeah. Every emotional investment, every bit of that emotional investment you've given towards this morally gray character. Because yes, that's what it is about, right? That's why they're so captivating. We invest so much emotional energy in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we spend the entire movie waiting for the beast to turn into the prince.
Yeah.
And then when he finally does, you're like, yeah, Loki kind of like the beast. That's what it is.
Yeah.
But basically,
Yeah. So what's the final diagnosis?
the final diagnosis is Pantone, please reconsider your color of the year. Morally gray.
Morally gray. That's morally
That's
gray.
our pitch.
That's morally gray for you. Thank you so
Bye.
much for listening. Bye.